Summertime afternoon downpours, they can pop up in Paris, France, or Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's fascinating how often some areas of the city will get soaked while others remain completely dry. But is it all random when it comes to what neighborhoods get wet? Dr. Marshall Shepard doesn't think so. He's an associate professor at the University of Georgia in the United States and a former research meteorologist at the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA.
Well, at NASA, I study precipitation patterns regionally and globally, and one of the things that I began to notice is that there were certain rainfall patterns that were recurring around major cities in the United States and around the world.
Dr. Shepard calls this phenomenon the urban rainfall effect. He says cities can create their own rainfall and precipitation patterns.
There are four hypotheses or four reasons why we think an urban environment like Atlanta or Tokyo can create its own rainfall. One reason is that the cities tend to be warmer than the surrounding rural areas.
That effect, known as the urban heat island, meaning lack of grass and trees in the city versus the rural areas, contributes to warmer temperatures. The city's concrete and asphalt absorb more of the sun's heat during the day and release less of it overnight. The reverse is true in surrounding suburbs and rural areas.
Secondly, because of the large buildings in an urban environment, the buildings tend to cause the air over a city to converge or collide, and this forces air upward. These are necessary ingredients for thunderstorm or cloud development. And thirdly, the air tends to be very polluted in cities, and we know that all thunderstorms and clouds form on seeds of pollution or dust.
Dr. Shepard says when those clouds blow downwind, they eventually release rain. And that's where Shepard says he's tracked a pattern of more wet weather, downwind.
Whether you're on the west, north, east, or south side of a city, the weather should always be the same theoretically, but what we're finding is that these downwind anomalies or increased areas of rainfall we think are related to the city itself.
What does this all mean? Dr. Shepard says the findings of his study are wide-reaching in terms of how they can benefit society.
This has important implications for how we plan or design cities, where we locate our water resources or reservoirs. It has important implications for precision agriculture, particularly in some of the more developing nations of the world.
Having spent years at NASA as a research meteorologist, Dr. Shepard was particularly interested in how the urban rainfall effect could assist weather forecasters in their accuracy.
Day-to-day weather forecasts are made with weather models, and one of the things that weather models don't currently resolve very well is urban land cover.
Dr. Shepard says urban planners can also use his findings to prevent the urban rainfall effect, for example, by adding trees and reducing pollution. For Weather Effects, I'm Bonnie Schneider.